In a prison where hope is forbidden and every conversation is a battlefield, one soldier and one prisoner form a bond no one expected. Today, we're diving deep into CampXRay, a gripping drama set inside the notorious Guantanamo Bay detention camp. This is not just a war story. It's about humanity, survival, and the small acts of kindness that can break even the strongest walls. Let's go through the movie, scene by scene, and see how two strangers on opposite sides of the bars found a connection that defied all the rules. The film begins in the chaos of post-9/11 America. We see a Muslim man named Ali Amir praying quietly in his home in Germany. Without warning, armed soldiers storm inside. They restrain him, blindfold him, and drag him away. His life changes in an instant. We're given no detailed explanation of his alleged crimes, the uncertainty itself is the point. Soon, we learn he is sent to the infamous Guantanamo Bay detention camp, a place designed to hold enemy combatants indefinitely. The tone is set: suspicion, fear, and isolation. We jump forward 8 years. Amy Cole, a young woman from a small town, has joined the U.S. Army. She's not a battlefront soldier. Her assignment is as a guard at Guantanamo Bay, working in the detention block known as CampXRay. Amy arrives with other fresh soldiers, receiving strict orders: no personal conversations with detainees, no bending the rules, and absolutely no emotional connection. The camp is surrounded by fences, barbed wire, and the constant sound of the ocean, but here, the sea feels less like freedom and more like a wall. Amy is assigned to the cell block and told to push a rolling cart filled with books past each cell. This is one of the few activities that connect detainees to the outside world. In one cell, she meets Ali for the first time. He immediately tries to start a conversation. His opening question: he wants to know if she has the last Harry Potter book. Amy, following the rules, ignores him. But Ali is persistent, asking about the story and characters, treating her coldness like a challenge. It's clear from the start, Ali is intelligent, talkative, and refuses to be broken by isolation. Ali begins testing Amy's patience. He bangs on the door, makes sarcastic remarks, and tries to get under her skin. Other detainees shout and protest for various reasons, adding to the noise and stress. The guards are trained to see the detainees as dangerous and manipulative. But Amy can't help noticing that Ali's humor feels more like an attempt to survive boredom than a real threat. Life at Guantanamo is shown through repetitive daily routines: checking cells, distributing food, and constant watch. The guards work in shifts, and every interaction with detainees is highly controlled. Amy begins to notice how dehumanizing the environment is. Detainees are referred to only by numbers, never names. Personal belongings are minimal. Even casual conversations between detainees and guards are forbidden. One day, as Amy is delivering supplies, Ali calls her to the door. Without warning, he throws a cup of liquid at her. It's not just water, it's a humiliating prison tactic meant to provoke a reaction. Amy is furious, but she stays professional. Later, Ali apologizes through the cell door. This moment shows that even in this hostile space, he's capable of guilt and self-reflection. It also marks the first crack in the wall between them. Curious, Amy looks into Ali's file. She learns he's been here for years without trial and was captured under questionable circumstances. This knowledge changes the way she sees him. Instead of just a detainee number, he becomes a human being in her eyes, someone whose life has been taken away without certainty of guilt. Their relationship shifts subtly. Amy starts answering some of Ali's questions. They talk about small things: books, life back home, and even sports. For Ali, these conversations are like windows to the outside world. For Amy, they're moments where she can forget she's a guard and simply be a person. Corporal Ransdell, another guard, notices Amy's softer approach toward Ali. He sees it as weakness. Ransdell begins to make her uncomfortable, using crude remarks and testing her limits. The tension between them grows, leading to a disturbing incident. He deliberately leaves Amy in a vulnerable position while Ali is showering, forcing her to witness him unclothed, a clear violation of protocol meant to unsettle her. Amy reports Ransdell's actions to her superior, Colonel Drummond. But instead of justice, she receives polite dismissal. The unspoken message is clear: in this place, complaints against fellow soldiers rarely lead to consequences. Disillusioned, Amy withdraws from the camaraderie of her unit. She becomes more isolated, working late-night shifts. During these quieter hours, her conversations with Ali become longer and more personal. Ali shares pieces of his life before prison, growing up in Germany, loving literature, and his frustration at being treated like a terrorist without proof. Amy admits she joined the army not out of patriotism, but to escape the small-town life she felt trapped in. One night, Amy notices something wrong in Ali's cell. He has managed to hide a razor blade inside his Quran and is trying to harm himself. She bursts in, restraining him and calling for medical help. This moment is raw and emotional. For Ali, it's a breaking point. For Amy, it's the confirmation that this place crushes the human spirit. Amy's rotation at Guantanamo is coming to an end. She knows she may never see Ali again. Ali still hasn't received the final Harry Potter book, something he's been waiting for years to read. In her final days, Amy manages to get it for him. In a quiet moment, she slides the book into his cell along with a handwritten note. The note doesn't give away the ending of the story but reassures him. She believes he's a good person. Ali reads it, and for the first time, we see him truly touched and silent. The camera lingers on the book in his hands, a symbol of connection, understanding, and the smallest spark of hope in a place designed to destroy it. Amy walks away from the cell block for the last time. Ali stands at the door, watching her leave. There's no dramatic farewell, no promises. Just two people who met in the harshest of circumstances and, against all odds, found a sliver of humanity. The screen fades, leaving us with the uncomfortable truth. Guantanamo Bay still exists, and countless stories like Ali's remain unheard. And that's how CampXRay ends, not with a rescue, not with justice, but with a moment of understanding. In a place built to strip people of their identity, Amy and Ali reminded each other that they were more than a uniform or a prisoner number. They were human. This story isn't just about Guantanamo Bay. It's about the walls we build between each other, and how sometimes, a single gesture can break them. If you enjoyed this detailed breakdown, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more scene-by-scene movie explanations. Until next time, stay curious, and keep watching closely.